Mariah Fang here, and welcome back to Coffee, Crystals, and Tunes, where I drink a cup of coffee, make some crystal necklaces, and tell you pups about some of my favorite tunes. I'm on another rock and metal kick today, so let's dive right into it, starting with Popular Monster by Falling in Reverse. About to break down, searching for a way out. So, if you follow John from ARTV, you may recall this band as the group behind Drugs, as well as the band whose lead singer publicly denounced John for calling this song in the title of his rant/review, A Train Wreck of Cringe. Now, where I don't agree with Ronnie Radke's reaction to this, I also don't completely agree with John either. For me, the big problem with Drugs was that there was just so much going on in it. I enjoyed Ronnie's vocals, the instrumentation was catchy, and you could tell from listening to it that this was a very clear sign of experimentation with sound and where the band could go sonically. Unfortunately, all that experimentation just led to the song sounding unfocused and kind of messy, which is a shame, again, because I could tell that the band really cared about it. Popular Monster has the same thing going on in it, only the experimentation here actually pays off more, because the elements of the song blend together much more nicely than it did on Drugs. Which may or may not be because Ronnie decided to make another song about his own personal struggles, which tend to be songs I gravitate towards more. This song attempts to address Ronnie's pent-up anger because people paint him in a negative light because of his criminal past. He's had a few incidents over the years, but he hasn't had any for some time now. It's a gut punch of emotions from a lyrical standpoint because Ronnie depicts himself at a near breaking point where he may just become the monster people make him out to be. And the music does a great job of expressing that as well. The song starts out with 808s and Ronnie rapping, creating a calm atmosphere, which builds in intensity as the trap percussion and the synths show up to add to the atmosphere. This continues until the last line of the pre-chorus, where then you hear the rest of the band kick in, with the guitars, the bass, and the drums. Which is where the entire song, including Ronnie himself, really show off the frustration that's going on and how much it's taking just to keep it all in. There's a genuine sense of helplessness in this song where I actually managed to sympathize a lot with Ronnie on it. If the song were released this year, I would definitely be putting it on the Best of 2021 list. Definitely check this one out. Next up, we have a deep cut from a 2019 album. This is Code by Motionless in White. Of one mind, of one soul, we unite. Me and this band go way back. Reincarnate was the song I discovered them with, but ever since then, I've always enjoyed diving into their music. This song being my favorite song off of their album, Disguise. Now, to be completely real with you, Chris Motionless's voice has always been able to draw me into any song, but it's really what he's saying here that drew me into this one, seeming to take a stab at herd mentality in this track. If the lines live in the moment, don't have to question why is anything to go by. He refers to this as uniting to write a code, like, computer code. And that not writing this code, or even writing your own code, is akin to having a virus or being ostracized. What really gets me with this song, and the reason I always go back to listen to it, comes with the final chorus. Swapping out the last lyrics with, "'Cause in the company of hope, we don't have to feel alone." It's heartwarming in a way that I don't think I can properly put to words. And where the music may sound a little standard of them, with the fusion of synths with the guitar, bass, and drums, it, to me, is one of their best tracks. And since I mentioned one deep cut, why not mention another? This is No More Sorrows by Linkin Park. I am about to sound like a nerd, but I also really don't care. I discovered No More Sorrows back in 2008 while searching up AMVs on YouTube. The AMVs I always watched were centered around animes of some sorts that I watched when I was even younger than I was then, and this one was around a Beyblade AMV. And now I feel old. Anyways, No More Sorrows is one of my favorite Linkin Park songs, and it's a jab at President frickin' Bush, if the line, "You trade freedom for fear, you trade money for lives," is anything to go by. It was released as a way of saying, no more of your shit, it's about time you be replaced. And I gotta say, the song's aged pretty well, not just from a sonic standpoint or production standpoint, but also from a content standpoint. Enter Trump reference here. The guitar that opens up the song was hypnotic the first time I heard it. And once the rest of the instrumentation kicked in, it gave the prelude of what would be a very serious ass-kicking. And Chester on the chorus really sells it, sounding like a civilian about to crack down on Big Brother. This is a gem, and obviously one I highly recommend. And... sure, one more. This is Your Majesty by Shinedown. Oh, right, I have a song to talk about. I've heard people address this song as a breakup track, but honestly, when you look at the lyrics, you could also see it as the narrator getting back at a former friend who backstabbed him before. They make the feeling of revenge sound pretty damn sweet, and there's something really cathartic about it. Something about those guitar riffs makes me feel like I'm some sort of fighting master and I can kick anybody's ass to Kingdom Come. It's a kick-ass song and one you should definitely check out. And to finish things off, we have one of my favorite classic rock songs. This is The Chain by Fleetwood Mac. So if any of you have ever listened to classic rock, you are probably aware of Fleetwood Mac. More specifically, you should also be aware of their 1977 album, Rumours, which this song is just one of many great tracks on it. My personal favorite, actually. Anyways, The Chain is a song that I have very fond memories of. Specifically playing it a bunch of times in my bedroom and singing off key to it. For me, it's always been a catchy and hypnotic song. The acoustic plucks in the verses and then strums alongside the electric guitar in the chorus. Strumming slight variations of the same notes. I should know, I've been learning it for the last few weeks. It's a trip, sonically speaking, talking about love as if it were a chain. If you don't love me now, you will never love me again. If you break the chain, it's not going to get repaired. There are a few theories about what this is about, possibly the band's relationship with each other, possibly the narrator to his lover. Whatever it is, it's a beautiful song and one I couldn't get enough of even if I wanted to. And that's all the time I have for today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked what you see today, be sure to leave the video a like, and also in the comment section if you want me to talk about certain songs or think I may like certain songs, feel free to leave them for me. I listen to each one. Before we go, I just want to give a quick shout out to my supporters on Patreon and give a special thanks to Louis Rivera, Matt Jenkins, Nick Cage, Ryan Eister, and Temple. Thank you guys so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. Also, friendly reminder, but we have a charity live stream this week. This Friday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., I will be playing Among Us with patrons in support of the Trevor Project. Be sure to tune in if you pups want to help out a good cause. I'll see you guys then, but until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope y'all have a howling good time. Woo!